If you have been looking for the most relaxing games on PlayStation this year, this list has something for every kind of cozy gamer. Starting us off at number 1, Stardew Valley is basically the gold standard when it comes to cozy games on PS4 and PS5. You inherit a rundown farm and slowly build it into something beautiful while getting to know your neighbors, fishing by the river, and exploring the mines at your own pace. There is so much to do here, and none of it ever feels like pressure. The game has been consistently updated and still has one of the most active communities in the entire genre. Coming in at number 2, Disney Dreamlight Valley is the kind of game that is almost impossible to put down once it clicks for you. You are restoring a magical valley filled with iconic Disney and Pixar characters, decorating your home, planting crops, cooking meals, and building friendships with everyone from Mickey Mouse to Wally. The sheer variety of activities keeps things feeling fresh across dozens of hours, and the constant seasonal updates mean there is always something new to look forward to. Number 3 on the list is Spiritfarer, and honestly, this one hits differently from everything else in the genre. You play as Stella, a fairy master for the dead, caring for animal spirit passengers on a cozy boat while exploring a gorgeous hand-painted world. You build rooms, cook food, farm, and get to know each spirit before eventually helping them move on. It is emotionally rich and beautifully crafted, and the co-op mode means a friend can join you as Daffodil the cat. Coral Island earns its spot at number 4 as one of the most visually stunning farming sims ever made on PlayStation. The hand-drawn art style alone is worth the price of entry, and the underwater ocean biome that replaces the typical mine structure with merpeople and hidden Atlantis storylines gives it a genuinely unique identity. It plays perfectly on PS5, and the developers are still actively expanding it, making it a great time to dive in. 5th on the list, Unpacking is one of those games you have to experience to fully understand. You unpack boxes and arrange a person's belongings across different homes and life stages, and without a single word of dialogue, the game tells a deeply human story through objects alone. It is incredibly calming, takes just a few hours to complete, and leaves a lasting impression. Perfect for a cozy evening when you want something contained and meaningful. At number 6, we have PowerWash Simulator, which sounds like the last thing you would expect on a cozy games list, but makes total sense once you try it. Blasting grime off driveways, playgrounds, and entire buildings is deeply satisfying in a way that is hard to explain until you feel it yourself. There is no timer, no pressure, just you and the hose working through each job at your own pace. The PS5 version also supports multiplayer, so you and a friend can clean together. Number 7 is A Short Hike, a genuinely delightful little gem that never overstays its welcome. You play as a small bird exploring a nature reserve, gliding over cliffs, chatting with hikers, fishing at the lake, and slowly making your way to the top of a mountain. It takes maybe 2 to 3 hours to finish, but the whole experience is so warm and charming that most players go back for more. One of the most purely joyful games in the entire cozy genre. Chicory, A Colorful Tale lands at number 8, and it is one of the more creative entries on this list. You play as a small dog who picks up a magical paintbrush and must color in a world that has been drained of all its hues. The puzzles are smart without being frustrating, the soundtrack is outstanding, and the story about creativity and self-worth hits surprisingly hard. It is the kind of cozy game that also makes you feel something along the way. Coming in at number 9, Wanderstop is the most recent addition to the list, and it is already making waves among cozy game fans. You run a tea shop in a magical forest, growing herbs, brewing drinks for travelers, and slowly uncovering a narrative about a character learning to stop and rest. The pacing is unhurried by design, and the PS5 version looks gorgeous on a big screen. The composer of the Minecraft soundtrack handled the music, and it is absolutely beautiful. Number 10 is Stray, and while it sits slightly outside the pure cozy lane, it belongs here without question. You play as a stray cat navigating a neon-lit cyber city, solving puzzles, knocking things off shelves, and meowing at robots. The atmosphere is moody and gorgeous, and the whole experience runs about 5 to 8 hours. It is one of the most downloaded PlayStation games in recent years, and remains one of the most unique experiences available on PS4 and PS5. At number 11, Flower is one of the most meditative experiences you can have on a PlayStation console, and it still holds up beautifully. You control a petal carried by the wind through sweeping natural landscapes, restoring color and life to the world as you glide across hills and fields. There is no fail state, no enemies, no score, just movement and music, and a genuinely peaceful feeling that is hard to replicate. A timeless pick for anyone who needs to truly decompress. Number 12 is Journey, which is essentially required viewing for anyone who cares about what games can make you feel. You cross a vast desert toward a distant mountain, occasionally crossing paths with another anonymous player who cannot communicate except through musical chimes. It is short, it is breathtaking, and it stays with you long after the credits roll. Few games have ever created a sense of wonder and connection as efficiently as Journey does. House Flipper 2 comes in at number 13 as one of the most satisfying renovation games you can play on PlayStation right now. You buy rundown properties, clean them up, renovate rooms, paint walls, lay tiles, and stage the space for selling for profit. The loop is incredibly addictive, and the PS5 version looks sharp and plays smoothly. If you are someone who genuinely enjoys a good before and after transformation, this game was made for you. Landing at number 14, Little Kitty Big City is exactly what it sounds like and better than you might expect. You play as a cat who has fallen from a high apartment window and needs to find a way home, getting distracted by every shiny thing along the way. The city is small but packed with personality. The controls nail the feeling of being a cat, and the whole adventure wraps up in just a few hours. It is charming, funny, and endlessly replayable. Number 15 is Cozy Grove, a game that plays a lot like a slower, more intimate version of Animal Crossing. You visit a haunted island daily and help ghostly beer spirits resolve their unfinished business, gathering items, decorating the campsite, and slowly revealing the island's history. It is designed around short daily play sessions and rewards consistent return visits with new story moments and seasonal events. The hand-drawn art is warm, and the storytelling is genuinely touching. My Time at Sandrock earns its place at number 16 as one of the deepest and most content-rich cozy games on this list. Set in a post-apocalyptic desert town, you play as a builder tasked with restoring the community through crafting, farming, mining, and relationship building. The cast of characters is lovable, the progression systems are satisfying, and there is enough content here to keep you busy for well over 100 hours. A tremendous value for fans of life simulation games. At number 17, Story of Seasons of Wonderful Life is a heartfelt remake of one of the most beloved farming games ever made. You settle on a farm in Forgotten Valley, grow crops, raise animals, fall in love, and watch your character's life unfold across multiple in-game decades. The added features in this remake, including expanded marriage options and quality of life improvements, make it the definitive version of a classic story. Quiet, gentle, and deeply satisfying. Slime Rancher 2 slots in at number 18 and brings an enormous amount of energy and color to this list. You play as Beatrix LeBeau, exploring a new island, capturing bouncy slimes, feeding them, and building out your ranch on a floating archipelago. The exploration feels genuinely exciting. The slimes are endlessly expressive and fun to watch, and the whole game has a lighthearted optimism that makes it incredibly easy to spend hours in. A bright and joyful pick. Number 19 is Wytchwood, a gorgeous hand-drawn crafting adventure where you play as a witch waking up in a mysterious forest with no memory. You gather ingredients, brew potions, and complete quests for the strange inhabitants of an enchanted wood, slowly uncovering the secrets of your past. The art style is unlike anything else in the cozy genre, and the puzzle design is inventive and satisfying. It is a hidden gem that deserves far more attention than it gets. Alba, a wildlife adventure, rounds out the 20s at number 20, and it is one of the most purely wholesome games on this entire list. You play as a young girl visiting her grandparents and documenting local wildlife with a camera app while trying to save a nature reserve from being demolished. It is short, it is beautiful, and it sends an incredibly positive message about nature and community. Perfect for players of all ages, and wonderful for an afternoon session. At number 21, Snufkin Melody of Moominvalley is a charming and meditative adventure based on the beloved Moomin stories. You play as the wandering Snufkin, returning to Moominvalley and using music to help the local creatures while pushing back against an overbearing parkkeeper. The game is gentle and beautifully scored, with a visual style faithful to the original illustrations. It is short but deeply peaceful and will resonate especially with fans of the source material. Number 22 is Venba, a small but extraordinary narrative cooking game about an Indian immigrant family in Canada. You cook traditional Tamil recipes by piecing together a faded recipe book, with each dish serving as a window into memory, identity, and generational love. It takes about 90 minutes to complete, but the emotional impact is enormous. This is one of the most genuinely moving games on the list, and an absolute must-play for anyone who appreciates storytelling through games. Coming in at number 23, Record Shop Simulator is a wonderfully niche cozy experience that puts you in charge of a small vinyl record shop. You stock shelves, identify records, recommend music to customers, and gradually expand your business while your love of music drives the whole thing forward. The attention to detail in the music knowledge mechanics is impressive, and the vibe is endlessly chill. A great pick for anyone who has ever spent too long flipping through record bins. Lightyear Frontier lands at number 24 as a mech-based farming and exploration game with a surprisingly cozy soul. You pilot a customizable mech on an alien planet, clearing alien plants, building your farm base, and discovering the secrets of the world around you. The scale of the mech versus the gentleness of the farming activities creates a unique and oddly soothing contrast. It supports up to 4-player co-op and has been steadily expanding with new content throughout 2026. Closing out the list at number 25, Garden Life, a cozy simulator, is exactly the meditative gardening experience its name promises. You design and tend a personal garden, planting flowers, pruning bushes, arranging beds, and entering your creations into competitions. The pace is completely your own, there is no pressure or punishment, and the result is one of the most genuinely relaxing gameplay loops available on PS5. A perfect note to end on for anyone who just wants to breathe and tend something beautiful.